Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am your host Rosalinda. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you're not, hey girl, I've seen you before. I've seen you around my videos. Welcome back. So I know I am in my typical sit down video, like a background positioned, and it is a sit down video. However, today we are not gonna be talking about anything of my personal life like my sit down videos usually tend to be. But I am still very excited about this video because I would be introducing you guys to my new business, my new jewelry business, Oro Mio. So Oro Mio has been in the works for about 2 years. I really thought about the idea and started researching and doing things for it in November of 2020. So the pandemic, of course, was still in full force. It was that winter where it was crazy. But I was already thinking about it just because during the pandemic there was just so many businesses that opened up, and so many people actually they went for it if they were already thinking about starting a business, or they got let go because of the circumstances, and that's what led them to that. I have always had a passion for jewelry. I love jewelry. I always joke around that I was born with jewelry on because it is one of the very few true passions that I have in my life. So I always thought that I wanted to do something with jewelry. I just didn't really know what. I just knew that I love wearing it. And when I started seeing so many businesses pop up and really just go for it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is I can do a business as well. This is what I want to do with my knowledge of jewelry, just for my love of jewelry. So in that time, I started just thinking about it. I started doing research, vendors, the quality, what jewelry exactly I wanted to sell, all of that. But we are now in March of 2022, so obviously I never launched it. I never went for it. And again, it's just because I don't know, I'm just exposing myself, but I don't know what it is. I did start noticing this about myself, and most recently, honestly, maybe in the maybe year or so, or maybe last 2 years, that I tend to psych myself out, or I tend to I don't know what's the correct word for this, but if something is hard and I don't have instructions on how to do it, I just don't do it, or I give up. I give up fairly easy if things are hard. And I didn't used to be like this ever. I feel like I started getting like this after my kind of when I hit rock bottom. We talked about this, mentally. I feel like ever since then, other parts of my life and my personality and stuff have come back since then, but not my work ethic. I don't know if that's what it is, because I was still working at it now, and then I worked at other places, and I have really good work ethic, as I show up on time, I do my best possible job, I have great customer service, all of that I have. But maybe what didn't fix from that emotional time in my life was that I no longer wanted to just work to work. I know that I needed money, I know that I want money, I know that I need money for many things in my life that I want to accomplish, but I just didn't want to work anymore just to pay my bills. And so none of those jobs I had didn't fulfill me. So I think, now that I'm talking about it, kind of thinking about it a little bit, I'm yeah, I think that's what it was, that I didn't want to just work at a restaurant. I didn't want to work in places that did not get me anywhere in my life. What do we say? Professionally, they didn't get me anywhere really professionally. So I think that now I give up on my passions or things that I actually want to do, because they are extremely hard, again, for me to start. So let me just give you a quick example, because you're like, girl, what are you talking about? So like, for example, when I worked at like Starbucks, like I already knew the drinks. I was there all the time, so I knew the drinks. They just had to teach me how to make them. I already knew how to take orders, right? So, but they just showed me like really quick the basics, and then somebody was showing me, somebody was teaching me. I was watching videos, I was reading things. That's how I learned how to work that job. The same thing with In-N-Out, or when I was a yoga studio manager. Like, they were somebody was training me, somebody was giving me a how-to. I had an actual physical book or a person telling me what to do. Now, when it came to, like, let's say when I was doing acting, I had nobody telling me what to do, right? I was like, I just was going on and figuring it out. But then I took acting classes, and I'm like, oh, okay. So but again, somebody was telling me what to do. So when it comes to starting a business from zero, from the bottom, I know that it's doable. So many people have done it. So many people are going to continue to do it. So I know that you can do it. Pero what I have seen is that I'm starting something, like I was like, okay, let me look up vendors. And then I would look up vendors, and I'm like, this doesn't work for me. I actually need to look, like, physically touch the stuff, look at it, try it on. Obviously, it was during the pandemic, so a lot of things were shut down. So I left it in the back, and then I was like, okay, I'll revisit it when things start opening. So then 2021, I started going to actual vendor places, and then I would like get a few pieces, try them on, and then I'm like, okay, what's my next step? Like the website. And I was like, oh my gosh, the website. Like, I would just keep, like, I would work on it a little bit, and then I would distance myself from it, and then I would come back, and then I would work on it, and then I would get frustrated, I would get mad, I would get upset at myself, and I would overwhelm myself and cause myself anxiety, because I was like, I can't do this. This is so hard. Like, how do people do this? Like, I don't like any of the vendors I've seen. I don't like any of the quality I've tried on. Like, I don't know how to build blogs on a website. Like, what is that, right? So things like that would keep happening over these last 2 years, and I would just be like, oh, it's too hard, it's too hard, it's too hard, and I would give up. And obviously that is not the right way to do it. That is not what you should do in anything in life, really. We know that life is hard. So, girl, why am I doing this to myself? I don't know. Pero it's life, you know, it's you learn lessons, right? You live and you learn. So I'm at this point where I'm like, no, you need to get it together. And if you really want to launch this business, if you really want to have this business for yourself and do it, then that's basically what you have to do. This is what I did with YouTube. I was like, I don't know how to edit, I don't know how to film, I only have a phone, and I'm like, F it. One day I just decided to bring out my camera, my phone, I started recording my day, and I'm like, I'm gonna put that up, see how it does. And here we are, girl. So 3 months later, we are here, and you know, I am so happy. It is like the best decisions I've ever made to start my YouTube channel, and I love growing. I love all the people on here. I love making videos for you guys. So that is kind of like the same love and passion and happiness that I want for this business to start it and to actually get it off the ground and put it out there, and I want to see how it does. And I think that I've psyched myself up enough. I feel like I've doubted myself enough. I've gave myself enough stress, enough like anxiety, that I think, and without even putting anything out there. So I'm like, girl, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. So if you get anything out of this video of me talking for 10 minutes about why I haven't started this business earlier, there you go, girl. If you want to do something in life, no matter how hard it is, do it. Just do it. It's always going to be hard. It's always going to be hard starting new. It's hard leaving a job of 25 years and going out there and looking for something better. It's hard to go back to school. It's hard to change your career. It's hard to do anything in life. So I don't know. I feel like I am finally getting all the parts of me that I lost when I had my mental breakdown. I don't really know how to call that period in my life, but I think this is the last bit that I needed from myself, and I am going all in, girl. So I just wanted to really just kind of touch base on how I came about creating Oro Mio, and also for you guys to kind of see that I know that maybe other of you are in the same position where you want to start something and you're just not ready, or you feel like you've left it long enough that you can't come back to it. Girl, I know how you feel. I've been there. I hope that things get better for you, just how things did for me, and here we are now. So if you want to pursue something, just do it. If you want to change something, just do it. I know, very vague, but just do it. And I honestly don't know exactly what changed, but I feel like slowly things are just coming back to me from that period. So here we are. Okay, so with all that to say, let's just get into Oro Mio. So Oro Mio, I just thought about that name really because I feel like my love for jewelry really extends from my culture, from being Mexican, and as a young girl, I was always just gifted jewelry from like either my mom, my dad, my grandma, like my padrino, stuff like that. That's kind of like something cultural about Mexicans. It has always been stuck with me, that aspect of my culture, and I've always just loved jewelry personally. I always had something on. Even if I didn't have like rings or a necklace, I've always had earrings. If I didn't have earrings, I had a necklace for sure, stuff like that. And I just love how they elevate an outfit. I just love how it just makes you. It makes me feel great to have a pair of earrings. Even like I could be working out or something and not have anything else, but if I have my earrings, I'm good. I feel cool. I feel chic. I feel ready to go. So I just had that personal connection with jewelry kind of all my life, because like I said, you know, as a little kid, like when you're born, you get like your little esclavita, or when they baptize you, you get that. Maybe your padrinos got your little cross. My mom and my grandma would give me my first hoops, like stuff like that. So that has always been with me. And as I got older, obviously, I had like my childhood jewelry, and then like trends start coming in. So, and like in high school and after high school, like my early 20s, I was at Forever 21 jewelry section religiously every weekend, getting something that was trendy and on time. However, what's wrong with that jewelry is that it was cheap, and it like the color came off very quickly. You couldn't really like take a shower with it or anything like that. But the fact that my love for jewelry kept on going after I wasn't gifted any more jewelry by my family, it just showed me that like I have such a deep connection with jewelry, and I just feel like jewelry just makes it such a big part of my life, that when this idea came about, I was like, of course, like it's for me. So oro, obviously it's gold in Spanish, and mio is mine. So it's like my gold, and or my jewelry really. I am starting off with just all yellow gold, but I do want to introduce other pieces, or other like white gold or silver, and maybe some rose gold. I love all types of gold. Even my wedding ring now is rose gold with yellow gold. I love mixing metals as well. So this is how I'm starting off, and it necessarily doesn't mean that I'll just have yellow gold forever, but that name just stood out to me, and that's what I went with. So that is the name Oro Mio, and I just wanted to show you guys a few little pieces. I do not have a launch date yet, but I just wanted to do this video to just kind of like get the ball rolling, get into the next steps. I have an Instagram. I'm working on the website right now. I have all the pieces that I have right now. It's going to be a limited quantity of pieces. Again, because I'm just starting out, it would be my first drop ever, my first time selling anything. So you kind of have to start small to see how it goes, right? I didn't want to start with like a big inventory. So I have just a few pieces of, I have a few amount of each piece. And then from there, you know, we'll see where we go. So just know that if when I launch and things sell out, then you know that is why. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and tag the Instagram so you can follow the Instagram. That's where all the updates, like the launch date, will be announced. I would show some more of the jewelry in there as well. Anything that has to do with Oro Mio would be in the Oro Mio Instagram, and maybe from time to time I'll announce things here on YouTube and one of my vlogs. But other than that, if you really want to find out about Oro Mio, you have to go to the Instagram. So I'll tag that below as well. So let's just get started. Oh, also a few things with Oro Mio. Is mainly right now I'm going to have gold plated and gold filled jewelry. I'm also gonna have like a little write down of what the difference is between gold plated, gold filled, vermeil, stainless steel, silver, stuff like that. There is different kind of metals. However, these what I'm having is gold filled. Tends to be better quality, better material than like gold plated. Gold plated has a very small amount of gold in it, or it's actually just like either like dipped or airbrushed, so you get very little coating. That's why you can wet it or stuff like that, because then the coating comes off. Gold filled is more of like a chemical bond, and it sticks more gold sticks to the brass or the base metal. So we'll start with that, and eventually I do want to sell real 14 karat or 18 karat gold. Eventually we'll get there, but this is kind of like just the beginning of Oro Mio, but I have big plans for it. So let's start you off with some of the pieces, like some of the pieces that I'm wearing. So these are my Maria hoops. These are actually named after my grandma after my grandma from my mom's side, Maria. So my grandma, she's such a big inspiration to me when it comes to jewelry. She's the one who gifted me like my first pair of earrings, so I always just have a connection with her about that. So I wanted to name something for her. So these are the Maria hoops. This little detailing, I feel like she always has some kind of hoops that have that detailing. I wear these all the time. And with that, she also has her own bracelet. Look at that. So you get, oh, well, you don't get together, but my grandma has her little hoops and a bracelet together. These are really meaningful to me. Because she just means a lot to me, and she's such a big inspiration to me. So you have the Maria hoops and the Maria bracelet. So the pieces that I'm going to show you are kind of going to be like what's meaningful to me. Is moving on to what I have on. I have, this one is what's very meaningful as well. This one is our Three Sisters necklace. So you see this little heart has 3 little cubic zirconia diamonds in there. So this necklace is actually in honor of my sisters. I have 3 sisters, Mariela, Alondra, and Melissa. So this is just very meaningful to me because I wanted to have something for my sisters. And then this one, it's a thin little rope necklace. I love rope or chain necklaces. They're my favorite, and it's so easy to layer. So the key to layering is that you have different like type of necklaces. So like this twisted necklace with this rope goes well. So that's kind of like the key. And this one is just like a timeless piece, so it always just fits well. And now moving on to my bracelet. So I love this bangle or bracelet. It's actually our celestial bangle. It's so pretty. There's actually a whole collection of like stars. It's like our stars collection. We have this bangle, we also have this ring, and we have another ring as well. They just remind me of the stars, and to me the stars are always just like a grounding. To think of like the universe and the stars, it always grounds me because it just reminds me of how little we are, but it's like a grand universe out there. So I love stuff like that. So you're gonna have in this collection, you have this ring, this bangle, and you have another ring as well. I also have this twisted rope chain. and I like to wear here, but all of the rings are adjustable, so you can wear them wherever and whatever finger you would like. So all of them are like this, and you can make them smaller or you can open it bigger. All of them are like that because it's just easier, and it works better for people because then you don't have to worry about a size. You could just buy any of them and fix them like to your liking. And one of my favorite, and this is, it came back, but it's always been a staple in like the jewelry, is the herringbone style. So this is actually our bracelet. It's so beautiful and so simple. But we also have the matching necklace. You see, oh my gosh, herringbone is timeless, but it's beautiful, and I just think it's a type of jewelry that goes well with everything. And one of my loves is hoops. I just love hoops in general, but I also love like smaller hoops or like huggies. So we have like a lot of different type of huggies. These are our bamboo. One of my ultimate favorites is our everyday huggies, which are tiny little huggies. Look at how tiny they are. They're so cute, but they go with everything. I wear these like when I work out, just so I can feel like I have something on. I'm also wearing our dome ring and our lovely ring right here. This is just a little sneak peek example, and that's kind of just, I just want to show you guys some of the pieces just to get you excited about the collection. I'm super excited. But I also wanted to say that I know that creating a business, especially like a small business, and just really with anything like that, starting a business in general, it brings on a lot of like I don't want to say like trash per se, but a lot of waste, because first of all, like the packaging that like the jewelry comes in, the packaging that you send out, and I know that it's all about the packaging and everybody wants to have that beautiful packaging, and I get it. I love, like, I'm a sucker for packaging, but what was really important to me is the environment, and to keep as my business as minimal when it comes to waste. So for now, I don't know if eventually this would change if I find something better, but your jewelry is going to come in these reusable baggies, either like a linen or this sheer organza one. Your jewelry is going to come in one of these, and these are great because you can use them to store your jewelry. Most of your jewelry has to be stored, especially if this kind of material, because it does accumulate dust. But they're also really good for traveling. These bags are awesome for traveling. So these are reusable, so it's not like plastic where it's just going to create more like plastic waste. Of course, if you know you don't find a use for them, you can throw them away, but I think that they're super useful for putting like lotions, or when you travel, they can be like for your jewelry, they can be for like makeup, anything like that. They have such good use. So your jewelry is going to come in one of these reusable bags, and I'm super excited that I was able to find biodegradable mailers, because we know that these bubble mailers are always like a lot of plastic, but this brand that I found, they are 100% biodegradable. So even if this lands in the landfill or on somewhere in the earth, it's going to break down into carbon dioxide, water, or biomass. So it's just gonna turn back in to the earth. So it's not going to be just a piece of plastic that is never going to dissolve. So I'm super excited. These make me so excited, and I love the fact that they're so cute, because it just adds to, you know, the whole aesthetic. The fact that they are biodegradable is why I love them so much. So I wanted my business to have a purpose, from the jewelry itself to the packaging and to my overall business as well. I don't want to be just another business. I want to try as hard as I can to have the least possible waste, and I also want to make sure that I have the best materials when it comes to the jewelry, so you guys can feel happy about purchasing it, and I want you guys to have it for years to come with proper care, of course. And I want certain pieces to have some kind of sentimental value to me. So this business, Auromio, is very dear to me, and I hope that you guys are able to love it and vibe with it as much as I do. And hopefully I am able to launch it pretty soon so everybody can get their hands on it. So thank you so much. I know that I talk so much in this video, but hopefully my little sneak peek got you interested in my business. Again, the Instagram for Oro Mio will be down below. Please go ahead and follow it if you want to know anything about Oro Mio. Make sure that you follow down below Shop Oro Mio on Instagram so you guys can know all the details about when it'll be launching, or any other thing that has to do with Oro Mio is going to be on that Instagram. So please, please, please go follow. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you stood around to the end of the video, I really do appreciate you. And making this video is just making me so excited to start my business and to launch it already, so I can see all of you guys wearing the beautiful pieces. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.